Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this tutorial video, I will show you how you can encrypt your entire drive using VeraCrypt. Now, you could say that we can do it using Lux also. And the advantage of Lux is that it ships with many Linux distributions, so you don't have to install it. But one of the drawbacks of Lux is that you cannot use a key file, which is what you have, and a password, which is what you know together. So in VeraCrypt, you can actually use both a password, a PIM, and also you can use a key file. So let's see how this process works. So I assume you already know how to install VeraCrypt. VeraCrypt is the next version, you can say, of TrueCrypt. And in VeraCrypt, what you can do is you can either create containers or you can encrypt the entire drive. So in this particular video, I will show you the method in which you can encrypt the entire drive. If you don't know how to install VeraCrypt, let me know. I will make a separate video about that in the comments. So let's get started. So what we are going to do is we are going to first open disks. I'm using a 8 GB thumb drive. So select that and make sure you note the device name. So you can see the device name is /dev/sdb. So note that. Then click on the three buttons and click format disk. Now you can choose one of the methods for formatting. You can either use a quick format or you can overwrite all the data in the disk with zeros. So this is more secure but slower. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm going with the first option. And here you can choose whether you want the drive to be compatible with modern systems, which I do want. So I select that option. Click format. Make sure you double check you're formatting the right drive. So the formatting is done now. Now go to VeraCrypt and choose volumes, create a new volume. Now this is where you choose whether you want to create a container or you want to encrypt the entire drive. I want to encrypt the entire drive, so I choose the second option. Now here you choose the volume type. I'm going with a standard volume. Now what is the location of the volume? Now this is where your path, which I told you to remember, comes in. Make sure you select the right path. In this case, SDB. And this is where you choose the algorithm for encryption. I'm going with the default algorithm, AES, and also SHA 512, which is the hash algorithm. Now here you set your password. You can choose a PIM. You can also choose a key file. Now for the sake of demonstration, I'm only going with a password and a PIM, and I will explain you what that is in a moment. Let me know if you also want to learn how to use a key file. So choose a strong password. For sake of demonstration, I'm using a weak password. And I'm also going to use a PIM. So now what is a PIM? So basically a PIM is used to hash the password. So instead of your actual password being used, it is going to hash the password using a formula which you can see on the screen and use that final hash as the password. So you can read more information here as to what the PIM process does. So I'm selecting a PIM over here. Now you can click next and you can choose whether you want to store large files or not. I want to store large files, so I click that option, and then I also choose NTFS because I would like to mount this on Windows also. Select quick format, click next. Yes, I want to mount it on other platforms. Now this is where you collect entropy, randomness. So basically what you need to do is you need to move your mouse in this screen. The more you move your mouse, the more this bar will get filled. So ideally you should fill it all the way to the right. Now for the sake of demonstration, I'm not going to fill it all the way to the right, but once you are happy with it, you can click next and the process of formatting will start. So we have to wait for it for either a couple of seconds. Should be done soon. So once this is done, let's exit, and now let's try to mount the container that we have created. So select your drive, click mount. We used a PIM, so make sure you select the PIM option. If you had used a key file also, you can also click use key file, and make sure your key file is more than 1 megabyte in size, because the first 1 megabytes are used for encrypting the container or the drive. Click OK, and you can see now it has been mounted. This is the path where it is mounted. You can create a file here. You can now start to use it like a regular drive. Save it. Now to dismount, you click dismount button. If you want to dismount everything, you click dismount all. If you want to dismount only a specific drive, you select that. So I click dismount all. So now let's try to mount it one more time. Give your password and your PIN. And you can see it has been mounted again, and hopefully our file is still there and the contents of the files are also present. So I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. If you found it useful, please like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.